Well, hello, welcome to this video. Before we get started here, unfortunately, we do not have any rear camera footage again. Not sure why our camera does not seem to be working correctly, but it doesn't. So, outside of that, for the second feature, our in-car camera did not record. I'm not sure why. There was a red flag before our second feature, so I turned it off to save the battery, and I guess I must have forgot to hit the record button before we went out, because it was on, but it didn't capture any footage. So, without further ado, here's the highlights from, or lowlights from feature 1, however you would like to look at it. So here we are, feature 1. We start, I believe it was 6th place. We're doing this like a week later, so it's a little hard to remember exactly what happened. But here we come to this green flag. And we do put up a fairly good fight here on the outside line. Not as good as we would like, but we did put up a bit of a fight in this race here on the outside line. We're still fighting our typical a little bit tight in, well, loose in, tight to the middle, and loose off. And tight to the middle is really hurting our cornering speed, because we just could not roll the middle of the corner like everyone else in front of us did. We pretty much even in this footage where we lose a lot of our ground. We've fallen all the way back here, now to 7th place, and this is pretty much where we will end up staying, but I'll have some more footage of battle between us and the 45 car, as we basically battled the entire 25 lap feature in this footage. One of the many times that we end up catching the 45 and we're unable to get past her and lose some ground after making a slight mistake. So, here we finally back up to the 45 car and are able to put a bit of a little bit of heat on, but unfortunately we do end up making a mistake coming off one of the corners and lose some ground. As you can see, start to pull away there, and ultimately aren't able to get around her at this point in the race. And as you can see, we have to end up making up all that ground again. So here we are again. We've made up the ground on the 45 again. And this, you'll basically see the yo-yo effect here that I was in the curve for pretty much the entire race, where I would close in on her and then she'd come away. I'd close back in, and just that effect where it's like I got to get to the back of her and my car would get loose, because I either got back to the gas a little too quickly or too hard, or I would get tight and basically let her get away a little bit, settle back in, catch back up, and pretty much just doing that the entire race. Which made for a bit of a frustrating race, but it's a little bit of a funner race because we're actually battling with the car for the majority of the race and not just running with ourselves. Hey, I'm back here. So as you've been able to see, they've been catching and dropping back insane from 45 throughout this race. And ultimately, the whole race is like this here. I am letting this one go a little bit longer because feature 2, to be perfectly honest, doesn't have much in the way of anything. This is probably by far our best line of footage anyway of the season. We're actually battling with the car. As you can see, we do end up staying right in this position and finishing in 7th place, which was the last car on the lead lap. So we did, so in feature 2, we do start pole. And like I said, unfortunately, we don't have the in-car cam for this feature here. Oh, before I forget, after our first feature, there was probably the worst accident that I have seen in a while. In person, unfortunately, well, I shouldn't say I've seen it, I missed what actually happened. But the one car was completely mangled. Well, you can see the pictures of the incident here. Pretty much what I seen of it too, and the one car's probably gonna be done as it's bent just about every place possible. And from what I was hearing, the guy basically has never driven a V8 car before at all, or let alone an open wheel car that's as quick as those ones. He normally drives a pure stock and basically full throttled into the corner and went full throttle into the wall. So, and it does not sound like he is throttle stuck. He literally drove it full throttle. So, not sure. Those cars are expensive. I don't know why they're wanting to rent them out, but I know the driver of the 14, the orange car, was not too pleased with the driver of the white for doing that, and I wouldn't blame him. Like I said, those cars are expensive. It's $2,000 just to fix the front axle when you make contact with somebody in one of these cars. So it's pretty sad to see cars that destroyed, but at least the drivers were able to walk away and are all okay. So just wanted to give that quick update to one of the red flags. The other red flag of the night, I'm not sure what caused it. I think it was just a blown motor, but we'll get back to our night. Yeah, here we are for feature 2. Where we, like I said, start pole. And instead of making changes for this car this time, we're gonna just, instead of trying to get a handling solved on it, we've decided to basically, we'll try different we'll get into a different line to see if a line change will get the car to react the way that we would like it to. And ultimately, as you can see here, we got a pipe coming up off the corner and end up getting hung on the outside here. We did try to get behind the 7, but as you saw, we got loose. And now we just get freight trained on the outside line here. And basically go backwards from here on. We try to fight on the outside, but ultimately it doesn't end up boding well here. As you'll see, the two come into the picture here who missed the first feature. I'm not sure exactly why he had not shown up yet, but he did miss the first feature, so now we're back in 7th position right now, even though the 45 did not pass us. It's actually behind us at this time, I believe. And really, this is basically where we stay. This is why feature 1 I put on for so long here, but we'll have a quick update again about midway through this race. Okay, Here we are about midway through the race. As you can see, we've lost a fair bit of ground to the front runners. At this point here, I do believe the 45 was no longer behind us, so we were in a pocket of our all by ourselves. Leads to a real boring race. Also led to us being able to experiment with braking areas and trying different things, but ultimately nothing really helped us gain any speed. If anything, we actually lost speed in this feature, as we ended up, I think it was like 3/10 slower for our fastest lap in this feature than in the first feature, which kind of hurt. I will say this feature was a lot more tiring. I don't know if it was because I was running by myself, or if it was because of trying to take a tighter arc, trying to get the car to the bottom, trying a bunch of different things that the car just did not seem to like, or we just seemed to be plowing the front end quite a bit, or breaking loose throughout this whole feature. If I caught the apron, it would break loose. If I didn't, it would plow tight, just from the tightness of the radius that we were taking. And this is coming to the checkered flag here. As you'll see, across the checkered flag right coming up right now. And there. To give us our second 7th place finish on the night. Not exactly the best performance for us. Not our worst, but this car is getting a little bit frustrating because we're trying to get this car figured out, but ultimately the issues persist on us not being able to get the car to where the comfort level of the driver matches the car. So hopefully for Sunset we'll be able to get the car to be more comfortable for the driver and put on a show there, and hopefully get out of it in one piece, unlike the last time. So until our next video, I'll see ya. Well, I always forget. Don't forget to like and subscribe to this channel. And down in the description, go check out our sponsors, the ones that help make this happen. As without them supporting us, we would not be able to get the car to and from the track, and wouldn't really have any content for you guys on this channel. Or really on our gaming channel either. Right, so hopefully, hopefully things go well at Sunset and we bring the car home in one piece. So until then, talk to you later. Bye.